In this video, we look at 3 common mistakes that people make in their 20s or early stages of investing. Don't worry, it's not all doom and gloom. We will also look at some strategies to avoid making these mistakes. Some of these will seem like simple things, but they can have a very consequential impact on life later on. Before we begin, my name is Rohan and I make videos on personal finance and investing. Having struggled myself, I'm just trying to share some experiences that others might find helpful. Now, let's get to mistake number 1. Not investing at all or delayed investing. This is the most basic mistake that young people make in their 20s. Often, you convince yourself that investing can wait until you have more money or when you have more time to look into it. This can be a consequence of not growing up with the right mindset, not prioritizing, or simply focusing on saving rather than investing. However, this hinders the power of compounding, a fundamental concept that is extremely important in younger years. As you'll see in this example, if you were to start with $200 and were to contribute $200 every month going forward for 10 years with an estimated return of 8%, which is actually lower than what S&P 500 has returned over the decade, you can still grow your money by close to 50%. That is simply the power of compounding. As you'll see, as the years go by, initially it grows slowly, but before you know it, the snowball effect has started. Granted, the 8% is not guaranteed in the first scenario. However, in the last 100 years, the S&P 500 has not failed to deliver. And that is important because we are looking at a whole decade. In the short run, who knows what's gonna happen? But over a long period of time, investing always beats saving. The key lesson here is to start investing as soon as possible, even if it's with modest amounts. Einstein once said, "Compounding is the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands it earns it, he who doesn't pays it." Now there's no actual proof that he indeed said that, but it is true nonetheless. To overcome this waiting mindset, there are 2 strategies that you can follow. First, start with small contributions, even if it's as small as $100 a month. Now some might say, I don't have $100 to invest every month. But trust me, when you look at your finances, there's always a way to take out $100, especially when you're in your 20s. The most cliched example that we have all heard of is by skipping your everyday Starbucks, you can have at least $100 at the end of the month. Now that is indeed true. However, you can save $100 by simply eating out less or simply skipping a few parties. And you know exactly what I'm talking about. The second strategy is to take advantage of any registered savings plan or employer-sponsored retirement plans. A lot of people in their 20s don't take advantage of the employer match, which is essentially free money that can significantly boost your investments early on. The employer matches the small contributions you make from your paycheck, all the while that you're saving on taxes. In Canada, we have something called the Registered Retirement Savings Plan, and similar plans exist in other countries as well. Now let's look at mistake 2. Investing in things you don't understand. Investing in assets without a clear understanding can be very dangerous for young investors. While being young and taking risks go hand in hand, being ignorant about your investments is not the path to take. I have made this mistake even though I started investing late. Much like what you're doing right now, I started learning about these things from YouTube. While YouTube is great for learning concepts, it's not the place to take recommendations for which assets to buy. People also end up buying too many assets because they hear the importance of diversification. While diversification is important, it does not mean that you start chasing different stocks without understanding them. To overcome ignorant investments, here are 2 strategies. First, start by buying low-cost index funds or ETFs. These funds offer you diversification across stocks and assets. This makes it easier for you to enter the market without putting all your money into one stock or into things that you don't understand. One great example of this is the S&P 500 index. You can simply buy something like the Vanguard S&P 500 ETF, ticker symbol VOO. For the S&P 500, the annualized return rate has been 9.82% since 1928. To put this into perspective, VOO since 2010 has returned 313%. Even some of the best fund managers cannot beat this. Starting with the S&P 500 will give you enough skin in the game while you find time to learn more. The second strategy is patience and research. Sounds obvious, but it must be said. Nowadays, in the world of social media, especially YouTube and TikTok, influencers create this sense of urgency that you must buy today or lose all the gains. Now, this may be true in rare cases, but you're way more likely to lose. Often when it's all over social media, it's already too late. Take the time to research any asset that you want to invest into and only invest if it fits your goals and you develop a good understanding of it. Now, you may lose out on a few percentage of gains, but at least you'll have way more confidence in what you're doing. And that is what's required in the long run. Now, before we look at mistake number 3, if you have liked the video so far, hit like and comment with any questions that you may have, and subscribe for more such videos. Now, on to mistake 3, buying into hypes. Whether it's GameStop, crypto, NFTs, or the other 100 stocks that are constantly being shilled on social media, this is a growing problem for young people. The hypes on social media create this sense of urgency and extreme FOMO. However, in most cases, investing without doing due diligence leads to significant disappointments. For every Dogecoin millionaire, there's tens of thousands of people who have lost 90% of their investments. This is not just a reflection on the asset you buy, but also on the timing. Sometimes hypes are indeed real. For example, what happened with Nvidia over the AI hype. But that still doesn't mean that you buy into it without any research. The two ways to fight hype and FOMO are, first, always focus on the long term. This will help you remain patient and allow your investments to grow steadily over a period of time. This is a much more sustainable path for financial success, especially for youngsters. Don't follow the overnight success stories. For the most part, it's just luck, no matter what anybody tells you. Especially for young investors, time in the market beats timing the market. As you mature and gain confidence, you can definitely adopt a different strategy. It took me a few years of learning to start experimenting with different strategies. The second way is to figure out a portfolio split. If you decide on a certain asset allocation, stick to it. Even with the crazy nature of many stocks and assets on social media, it is not wrong to dedicate 1 to 5% of your portfolio into hyped, risky, and trendy investments. As long as you're disciplined and have a set plan for the other 95%, you should still be fine. Yes, it takes a lot of time to learn how to fight FOMO, but you can do it. Those were some of the things I wanted to talk to you about today, and I hope it was useful. At 31, I'm still learning, overcoming these mistakes, and implementing solid principles into my investment strategy. And I hope you do too. And remember, as long as we keep learning, we will do well in our financial journeys. Until next time.